a coaching style of leadership can be very beneficial to the organization, to the leaders, and to employees. But what type of company is best suited to promote a coaching style of leadership? I'll explain that in this video. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg of Optimist Performance, bringing you practical tips and ideas on leadership, team development, and employee performance in the workplace. There's a lot of talk these days or these years about leaders becoming coaches, and it's something I highly recommend and support. In fact, our training program on leadership is called Styles of Leadership and Team Development, or Leadership Style and Team Development, one of those. But it's really to drive a coaching style of leadership and reap the benefits from those, or from that. The benefits can be multifold. People more today than ever, employees, are seeking organizations where they can have a coach rather than somebody directing them and always telling them what to do, like having somebody looking over your shoulder. People want more autonomy, more flexibility. They want the leader, the manager, to have trust and have confidence in their skill set, in their ability to make decisions. And this is also great for the organization. In one of my recent videos about the war in Ukraine and the impact of empowering the Ukraine army on the front lines, it was apparent that that shift in leadership thinking, where they allowed the soldiers to make decisions on the fly to better fight their battles, not only saved lives, but really is what drove the great success of the Ukraine defense over the first year of the war. And this was in great contrast to the Russian army, where leaders had to make all the decisions, and thus they were slow to respond to the situation on the ground. And it even caused casualties among the higher-ups of the Russian army, because they had to leave their strategic positions to go to the front to order people and tell them what to do, and they became in the line of fire, and a lot of them lost their lives, and this really had a big impact on the Russian strategy. But this approach to the shift in leadership, because the change to a coaching style or to a less autocratic and empowering type of leadership takes time. And in that article, it was based on an interview done with a general or a colonel in the Canadian Army, or actually two of them, who were involved in training the Ukraine army over 7 years. And it started at the top to get the leaders to understand the benefits derived from coaching and empowering people, rather than always being the ones to make the decision. And that's really what coaching is all about, is you want to push decision making down to the levels, the lowest, I won't say lowest, but to the frontline people, and it starts at the top. So if the owner, the leader, takes on a leadership style and understands the benefits that can be given to the organization, to the people, from adapting a coaching style of leadership, empowering people, this can reap great benefits. But the leader needs to understand that and start working on his own style of leadership to be able to transcend that down through the organization. Now, it could be very simple if it's a small company or it could be more complex if it's a larger company with a culture of directive or an autocratic style of culture that may be difficult to shift that thinking. And some companies require more of a directive approach where, there's structures that have been established for many years. There's systems that may be difficult to change, and it could take a lot of time. But you need to start at one point and work towards that. So the message here is to understand your organization, understand your structure, understand what it's going to take to make that shift, and look at what you need to do to go through that process, because there's a lot of training and development that needs to happen right from the top down to the frontline workers in order for that shift to come to fruition. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about the personality traits, the thinking style and the interest that best supports coaching style of leadership, and what to do if you have those traits and what to do if you don't. So subscribe now to the channel. If you haven't already, turn on notifications so you'll get news of upcoming videos and articles on my website. There's blog articles coinciding with these videos. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk again soon.